Welcome to Let's Talk Literature. I'm Em,
And I'm Will.
and we're two book lovers who wanted to combine our passions for reading and gossiping and share it with the world.
Whether you're looking for a new book to pick up or a new book friend, you come to the right place.
So grab a coffee
Or a little wine and let's talk literature.
Morning.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been thinking about that latte that you made me on Friday. Oh my God.
Actually,
Not to toot your horn, but like, toot toot. That was fucking really good.
toot it.
But toot toot. It was delicious.
Really? Like,
Delicious.
I thought you guys were just being nice.
Do you take me as a liar?
No. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no.
Oh my God, no. We break up. This show's over.
Well, yeah, just a year and a half of
Over
work
coffee.
just gone.
No, Will made me a vanilla latte because our friends did our book club on Friday night at his apartment, which he graciously
So fun.
hosted, and we both posted. We had like the cutest spread ever. It was the cutest thing. We had a great time. But I asked Will to make me a latte before I left because I had to drive home from the city and I was a little tired, and it was truly one of the best lattes I've ever had in my life.
Oh, that makes me happy. Yeah, if you've been following me on my my Instagram. I've been posting stories of my progress with latte art. And it's been like decent. The one today I'm not showing you guys because it's not great. But
It's early.
when I was pouring your latte, it just came natural. It must
I think
have
the
just
pressure
been
was
like,
on,
I
and
know.
you
It
performed
delivered.
well.
I delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just one step closer to me opening my shop. That's the end goal here. But
Hopefully. That would
yeah,
be awesome.
I
Stay
know.
tuned. Let's Talk Literature bookshop,
yeah,
coffee shop.
please, that would be
Wouldn't that be
literally a dream come true.
I know.
Just like picturing it now, just like Pookie and Pookie at
Pookie.
Let's Talk Literature's bookstore with us as baristas whipping out some coffee, and then us
Writing
hosting
books in the back.
our book club at the bookstore, and then also being successful authors.
All right, I'm gonna need you to stop right there because I'm gonna get upset real soon.
Yeah. But hey,
Um,
that just gives us more motivation to just keep
To
going.
achieve it all.
Keep going. Exactly.
I would like to make a little PSA real quick before we go any further. We received a comment last week that mouth sounds were a bit too much. I think that was my fault, and I'm really sorry. I'm gonna try to be aware of that, but there's no guarantee that I'm better this time around.
Hey.
I think I might just sound that way.
We're only human. Okay.
So
We're
I'm
only
gonna
human.
apologize now and ask that you stick with us, and maybe it'll be like some ASMR for you, or maybe you'll hate it.
Yeah.
Either way, sorry, and I am who I am, and I can't change. So we should just jump right in. Do you want to talk about November Book Club first?
Yes. I think we have
our options.
our finalists for the poll.
We are recording this ahead of time because Will is going on a trip in early
Yes.
November.
Yes.
So this is being recorded 2 weeks before its actual post date. But by the time this episode comes out, we will have chosen our November book club.
Yes.
So make sure you're a part of our Fable group. Also, we post it usually on Instagram and TikTok. So make sure that you're following us because we don't have the ability to tell you what that book is right this second.
No,
Because
'cause we don't know.
can't see into the future.
We don't know.
But yeah, by the time you're listening to this, it will be chosen. So you can head over to Fable, get the book, and start reading with us. And we will have our book club chat at the end of the month.
Yes. Good. That was good. I had
Thank you.
tripped over my words a bit there, so.
It was a confusing few minutes. Okay.
I feel like we're time traveling, so it's just let us be.
Let us be.
Let us
We're
be.
just doing our best.
But today, Oh, wait, one last plug. If you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure you're following us because it helps us get pushed out to more viewers like yourself. And also leave us a 5-star review if you're enjoying the podcast. It really helps us. And it really just shows your appreciation for us. Also, if you're over on YouTube, make sure to subscribe because that's a good time too. We're
It
we're
sure
we're,
is.
we're a good
We're
time.
doing much better over on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's looking great. Thank you guys. If you're a new viewer, thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate you. And if you're a returning viewer, we love you just the same.
We love you.
So, yeah, just a
Great.
little plug there. And I think now we can get started with today's episode.
Gorgeous. Let's jump right in. This is my favorite. We are going to be doing the November releases. So we will be talking about all of the books coming out this month that we think you should know about. How many are on the list, Will?
I believe there are 16 or there's 17, but there's one that I didn't put
That's a
the
sequel.
description for because it's a sequel and I didn't want
Okay.
it spoiled. So when we get to that, you'll see.
Perfect. All right. So we have 16-ish books to share with you guys today. So like always, get out your Goodreads, your Fable, your TBR, get ready to add some books, and let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about the books that are coming out in November that we are excited for.
Yes, for this list, I tried to, like always, vary the genre. So there's a book on here for everyone. And the format we will be following is the same as every month. We will give you the title and the author, the release date, its genre, the page count, and a little description about it. And then any first impressions from me and Em on what we think about the premise of the book. So, without further ado, let's do it. First up, we have Cursed Daughters by Oyenka Braithwaite. This releases on the 4th of November, and this is a literary fiction at 384 pages. When Ibon gives birth to her daughter, Eniyi, on the day they bury her cousin Monife, there is no denying the startling resemblance between the child and the dead woman. So begins the belief, fostered and fanned by the entire family, that Eniyi is the actual reincarnation of Monife, fated to follow in her footsteps in all ways, including that tragic end. There's also the matter of the family curse. No man will call your house his home, and if they try, they will have no peace, which has been handed down from generation to generation, breaking hearts and causing 3 generations of abandoned Falun women to live under the same roof. When Eniyi falls in love with the handsome boy she saves from drowning, she can no longer run from her family's history. As several women in her family have done before, she ill-advisedly seeks answers in older, darker spiritual corners of Lagos, demanding solutions. Is she destined to live out the habitual story of love and heartbreak, or can she break the pattern once and for all, not only avoiding the spiral that led Monife to her lonely death, but liberating herself from all the family secrets and unspoken traumas that have dogged her steps since before she could remember. Cursed Daughters is a brilliant cocktail of modernity and superstition, vibrant humor and hard-won wisdom, romantic love and familial obligation. With its unforgettable cast of characters, it asks us what it means to be given a second chance and how to live both wisely and well within what we've been given.
That sounds very interesting.
There's a little bit of, I feel like there's a little bit of a magical realism there, no?
Yeah, a little bit. I really like the idea that we're starting off the book with a daughter being born, and she's like immediately fated to just follow the exact footsteps of her aunt. Question
Yeah.
mark.
Yeah.
I think that sets up a really good like character arc for the story.
Yeah,
So I think
exactly.
that'll be interesting. I wonder if that's a debut. I've never heard of this author.
I think this is their second novel when
Nice.
I was looking this up.
Very nice. The next book we have is Palaver by Brian Washington, and this also is released on November 4th. It is a contemporary fiction coming in at 336 words. That's tasteful.
Words. Pages, my dear. Pages.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a paragraph.
Sorry, it's the writer's mind. I'm just so stuck on words right now.
Hey, it's valid. It's valid.
That would have been a crazy story, 336 words.
Yeah, right. Right.
In Tokyo, the son works as an English tutor, drinking his nights away with friends at a gay bar. He's entangled in a sexual relationship with a married man, and while he has built a chosen family in Japan, he is estranged from his family in Houston, particularly his mother, whose preference for the son's off-troubles homophobic brother Chris pushed him to leave home. Then, in the weeks leading up to Christmas, 10 years since they've last seen each other, the mother arrives uninvited on his doorstep. Separated only by the son's cat, Taro, the two of them bristle against each other immediately. The mother, wrestling with memories of her youth in Jamaica and her own complicated brother, works to reconcile her good intentions with her missteps. The son struggles to forgive. But as life begins to steer them in unexpected directions, the mother to a tentative friendship with a local bistro owner, and the son to cautiously getting to know a new patron of the bar, the two of them begin to see each other more clearly. Sharing meals and conversations and an eventful trip to Nara, both mother and son try the best they can to define where home really is and whether they can find it in each other. Written with understated humor and an open heart, moving through past and present and across Houston, Jamaica, and Japan, Brian Washington's Palaver is an intricate story of family, love, and the beauty of a life among others. That's really beautiful.
That's gonna be fantastic. And
Yeah,
I'm also
I really like that.
I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna pick that up because one, love me in contemporary fiction. Like
Yeah.
a straight up fiction book, love it. Two, it's gay. Three, it's about Japan. And I want to see that, like, because they said they're going to visit Nara, and I've been to Nara. So I feel like that'll bring up a
So
lot
this
of
is like hitting
cool-
all the marks for you.
all the marks, literally hitting all the marks.
And it seems like super character relationship focused.
Exactly. There's some, tension there with the mother-son relationship, which
Yeah.
I love a family dynamics-based book, which is unfortunate that the October book club didn't pan out for us because it had the opportunity to be a great family dynamics type book. But this sounds wonderful. I think I'm definitely going to pick this one up. Next up, we have We Fell Apart by E. Lockhart. This is a part of the, what is the series by E. Lockhart?
We Were Liars.
We Were Liars. There you go. Thank you. I believe this is in the same universe, or maybe the same series, or something along the lines of that. If I'm lying, it's the same
Did
author.
you read that?
No, I didn't. I did not.
read that like a long time ago, like years and years and years, and I loved it when I read it. I loved it so much.
Didn't they adapt it into a
Yeah,
TV show or something
this
now?
year.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it yet. I don't know why. I don't want it to I
Ruin
feel like
it?
it's like a bubble in my mind, and I don't want anything to touch it because I've heard so many bad things about like going back to it, like people rereading it now and they're like, this was not good. And I'm like, you know what? I just
Yeah.
want to live in oblivion for a little bit with this book because it was
Yeah.
good for me.
Isn't that crazy though that like books that you loved 4 years ago, you could look back on now and be like, what was I
hell?
thinking? What was I doing? This comes out on the 4th of November. It is a young adult mystery at 311 pages. The invitation arrives out of the blue. In it, Matilda discovers a father she's never met. Kingsley Cello is a visionary, a reclusive artist, and when he asks her to spend the summer at his seaside home, Hidden Beach, Matilda expects to find a part of herself she's never fully understood. Instead, she finds Mir, her long-lost, open-hearted brother, Brock, a former child star battling demons, and brutaling wild Tatum, who just wants her to leave their crumbling sanctuary. With Kingsley nowhere to be seen, Matilda must delve into the twisted heart of Hidden Beach to uncover the answer she's desperately craving. But secrets run thicker than blood, and blood runs like seawater, and everyone here is lying.
I don't recognize any of the names or like the beach.
So maybe it's in the universe
but
of it
I
all.
also don't know that I would know it if I heard it. So
That's fair. There's not much given there, honestly.
No.
Which I guess is a good thing. You go in a little bit blind. I don't really appreciate when like a mystery premise kind of tells you details that you're supposed to read in the
Everything.
book.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it's better that that's left a little more ambiguous.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. I like that. All right, we are moving on to a very well-known author. We have Cold Wire by Chloe Gong. This is also November 4th released, and it is a YA science fiction, a little bit long, 496 pages.
Kind of crazy for
Hefty.
a YA. Yeah.
Right? I guess sci-fi, you expect it, but YA is a little crazy
Yeah.
that long. But
Yeah.
the future is loading. To escape rising seas and rampant epidemics, most of society lives upcountry in glistening virtual reality, while those who can't afford the subscription are forced to remain in crumbling downcountry. Oh, I love the sound of this. But upcountry isn't perfect. A cold war rages between two powerful nations, Metaluo and Atahu.
Atahua.
Atahu. Metaluo and Atahua. We're leaving that like that because I can't do that again. And no one... Sorry, I'm not capable of speaking English today. And no one suffers for it more than the Medan orphans in Atawahu. What? Am I having a stroke?
You're saying Hawaiian Islands. You're saying Hawaiian Islands.
Something's actually wrong in my brain. I don't like this feeling. I'm skipping over that, guys. I'm not doing it again because I'm really actually a little bit scared.
Wait,
It's
okay, wait.
Atahua.
Oh, no, yeah. Let's just call them M and A.
M and A, okay. No one suffers more for it than the Medan orphans in A. Their enrollment at Nile Military Academy is mandatory. Either serve as a soldier or risk being labeled a spy. Iral graduated the academy and joined Nile Corps' private forces downcountry exactly as she was supposed to. Then A's most wanted anarchist frames her for assassinating a government official, and she's given a choice. Cooperate with him to search for a dangerous program in M or go down for treason. Meanwhile, Leah is finishing her last year upcountry at Nile Military Academy. Paired with her academic nemesis for their final assignment, Leah is determined to beat him for valedictorian and prove her worth. But there may be far more at stake when their task to infiltrate M and track down an A traitor goes wrong. Though Irali and Leah tear through M on different planes of reality, the two start to suspect... Holy shit, okay. Though Irali and Leah tear...
I wasn't expecting you to start over.
Though Irali and Leah tear through M on different planes of reality, the two start to suspect they are puzzle pieces in a larger conspiracy, and the closer they get to the truth, the closer their worlds come to a shattering collision. Oh my god. I don't think I conceptualized a single thing that I just read there.
Guys, I probably at this point cut out a lot of what M just said, but she struggled reading the entire premise.
I don't think I read a word correct.
So I'm going to be so honest with you. I only remember the first paragraph that you read.
I just remember the upcountry and downcountry, nothing
And you
else.
know what?
There's
And you know what?
maybe enemies to lovers, I'm not sure.
And you know what? We
And we're
can
not
leave it
gonna
at
go
that because it does sound very interesting. It really does. But wow, that was a good laugh this morning.
Ottawahu.
Oh man, was
I've
saying
never
it.
experienced something like that in my life. And I hope to never again.
Ooh. Wow. I wonder how the edit's gonna look like with that. Oh man.
Why did I just keep calling it Hawaiian Islands?
You just
I'm
went
not sure.
right to Oahu.
Oahu.
Well, if you guys were able to digest what M just read, let us know in the comments
Good for
what you think of Cold Wire by
I'm so
Chloe
sorry,
Gong.
Chloe Gong.
All right, let's move on from that.
Whew.
We have another YA fantasy on the docket here. It is The Same Backwards as Forward by Jennifer Lynn Barnes.
I love her.
This comes out on the 4th of November. There's a lot coming out on the 4th of November, guys.
Yeah.
And this is sitting at 400 pages. This is also a part of the Inheritance Games universe, this book. Hannah Rooney knows how to be invisible. At 20, she keeps her head down and her eyes open, and so far, she's managed to avoid being pulled into the dealings of her notorious criminal family. Hannah lives her life in countdown mode, biding her time in nursing school as she waits for her beloved sister Kaylee to turn 18 so Hannah can get them both far, far away from Rockaway Watch and start a new life. Tobias Hawthorne II acts every inch the entitled heir that he is. As the only son of one of the country's richest men, there isn't a door that isn't open for him. Yet behind his razor-sharp cheekbones and devil-may-care attitude, Toby is guarding a nest of deadly secrets and a fiery anger fierce enough to burn everything in its path. And Toby just barely alive, with no memory of who he is. The fisherman who pulls him from the ocean enlists Hannah to help save the very person who she knows took away her sister. Fueled by her hatred, Hannah is determined to deny Toby's death wish by keeping him alive. He is the last person that she should ever develop feelings for, and she is the first thing he ever remembers seeing. Some things cannot happen, and some things cannot be stopped.
Now, I don't like this description because I feel like it's giving away way too much.
From the original trilogy?
No, I only read the first one, so I don't really remember like what's going on with all these people, but I feel like letting us know that like this tragic storm and shipwreck happens and all these people die is taking away from the book. Like, I don't know. I feel like we could have left that a little more vague.
Yeah. Thanks, Goodreads.
Whatever. All right, the next one we have is The House of Sappho by Marissa Meyer. This is, oh my God, also a November 4th. We still have like 4 more books coming out on November 4th, which is crazy. This is also a YA fantasy mystery, and it is 432 pages. Mallory Fontaine is a fraud. Though she comes from a long line of witches, the only magic she possesses is the ability to see ghosts, which is rarely as useful as one would think. She and her sister have maintained the family business, eking out a paltry living by selling bogus spells to gullible buyers and conducting tours of the infamous mansion where the first of the Sappho murders took place. Mallory is a self-proclaimed expert on Count Bastien Sappho, otherwise known as Monsieur Le Bleu. Oh. Did you like that?
Oh, oui, oui.
Monsieur Le Bleu, who brutally killed 3 of his wives more than a century ago. But she never expected to meet Bastien's great-great-grandson and heir to the Sappho estate. Armand is handsome, wealthy, and convinced that the Fontaine sisters are as talented as they claim, the perfect mark. When he offers Mallory a large sum of money to rid his ancestral home of Le Bleu's ghost, she can't resist. A paid vacation at Armand's country manor. It's practically a dream come true. Never mind the ghosts of murdered wives and the monsters that are as common as household pests. But when the murder again comes to the house Sappho, Mallory finds herself at the center of the investigation, and she is almost certain the killer is mortal. If she has any hope of cashing in on the payment she was promised, she'll have to solve the murder and banish the ghost, all while upholding the illusion of witchcraft. But that all sounds relatively easy compared to her biggest lesson, to trust her heart, especially when the person her heart wants the most might be a murderer himself. That sounds good.
Lots of murder and lots of intrigue. We are shifting gears here to a contemporary fiction. We have Other People's Fun by Harriet Lane. This comes out when, guys? The 4th of November.
November 4th.
And this sits at 208 pages. So, a little shorty.
Wow.
Little shorty. Ruth is alone, unnoticed, and her marriage has ended. Her daughter is leaving home, and her job is leading nowhere. But luckily, Sookie is back in her life. Vivid, self-assured Sookie, who never spared the time for Ruth when they were teenagers, but who would now seem to want to be friends. But as Ruth is caught up in Sookie's life, she sees that everything is not as Instagrammable as Sookie would have you believe. As the truth about Sookie becomes clearer, so too does the choice Ruth will have to make. Unputdownable, spiky, and subtle, Other People's Fun is a novel about modern life, from the little lies we tell our neighbors, friends, families, and ourselves, to the hall of mirrors that is social media. Filled with Harriet Lane's trademark creeping unease and forensic observation, and compelling story considers how desperately we want to see us as we are, and what happens when they finally do.
I like that.
A little short and sweet, but also like contemplative story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I really like that.
Because it's true. Like, someone can look like they have everything, or everything looks so fine and peachy on the surface, but behind closed doors, you have no idea what's happening. No idea.
I like a story like that. And I like that they described it as like unputdownable with like a slight unease to it. Love that.
Agreed.
Next one we have coming out on November 4th.
There we go.
That's the 8th book. Okay. The Dinner Party by Viola Van Desant. This is a literary fiction and it is 304 pages. Franca left the Netherlands behind to start her new life in England with Andrew. Andrew, whose parents lived in South Kensington but had a flat their son could borrow nearby. Andrew, an old-fashioned British gentleman who encourages her not to work but to instead focus on her writing. Andrew, who suggests a dinner party with his colleagues to celebrate their big upcoming lunch. A dinner party that Franca must plan and shop and cook and clean for. A dinner party during a heat wave when the fridge breaks. Alcohol replaces water and an unexpected guest joins their ranks, upending the careful balance between everything Franca once was and now is. Expertly weaving the past and present with precision and delicious tension, the dinner party is a thoughtful and thought-provoking look at female rage, body autonomy, and all the concessions women make throughout their lives, big and small, until the surprising moment when they decide they can make them no longer. This is literally so me. I love that kind of book.
Yeah, didn't you just read something that's very close quarters like that?
Yes, I read the Wasp Trap.
Yes.
Which is also a dinner party kind of closed doors thing. But I'm also reading, that's like that book mixed with the one that I'm reading right now. I forget what it's called. I want to say it's like Everyone Here is Lying About Something or something like that. And
okay.
The one that I sent you about that woman who's a journalist and she gets invited by like her old college roommate to go to this mom convention with like all of these influencers who are like trad wives. And
that's right. Yeah.
Her friend, like the college roommate that she lost touch with, invites her there and then disappears, and her husband is found murdered. And she's like, they're all kind of stuck at this convention and like figuring out like what happened to the husband. Like, did she kill him? Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm really intrigued. I'm at like 60%.
Let's shift gears back to the science fiction realm. We have Lightbreakers by Aja Gabel. This is the last November 4th release on the list, and it comes in at 347 pages. Maya, an artist, and Noah, a quantum physicist, share an insatiable curiosity about the world. But their happy marriage has a shadow over Serena, the child Noah had with his first wife, who died before she turned 4. When Noah is invited by the Janus Project to unravel the secrets of time travel, he jumps at the opportunity. At a laboratory deep in the Texas desert, he begins participating in a dangerous experiment that could result in something he thought impossible, seeing his daughter again. Meanwhile, Maya embarks on a journey back to her own past in Japan, and to a formative lover who once shattered her heart. As Noah and Maya grapple with hope and despair, new information emerges that the experiments might not be exactly what they seem. A heart-achingly moving novel, Lightbreakers plumbs the mysteries of human connection and explores how to love in a world where time is both a healer and a thief.
I like that.
I do too. I do, though, I get scared when books include time travel because it can get very messy, but it doesn't seem like this is like a plot device, you know?
Yeah. I always want it to feel like time travel that happens in like Interstellar, where it's not like magic, like it's actual science backed.
Yeah.
And like you have to struggle to understand it.
I think this would align more with that than like a magical kind of time travel, you know?
Agreed. Like the only other book that I really read was time travel, but I did like it was The 7-Year Slip, and that was like magical realism because it's like the apartment has the ability to like send you back and forth in time 7 years. And it's just kind of one of those things you just kind of have to like rock with and
that's the same
let it be.
That's the same with Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It's like you have to just accept it.
All right, so the next one we have, we're not going to read a description for because it is a second book in a series that both Will and I want to read. This is The Strength of the Few by James Islington. This is the second book in the Hierarchy series. The first book is The Will of the Many. Both of us have been wanting to read that, so we're not going to spoil this for ourselves.
Nope.
But it does come out on November 11th, and it is a fantasy book coming in at a whopping 736 pages.
Massive.
Like we were just talking about, this is going to be one of those series where we're going to have to like put our egos aside and like be a little okay with being scared of it and just read it because I hear it's fantastic.
I do want to buy The Will of the Many because I love the cover.
Me too. I think it's really cool looking.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, we are moving on to Nash Falls by David Baldacci, a very well-known author.
Very well
This
known.
comes out on November 11th, and it is a thriller. It is 448 pages. Walter Nash is a sensitive, intelligent, and kind-hearted man. He has a wife and a daughter and a very high-level position at Sybaritic Investments, where his innate skills and dogged tenacity have carried him to the top of the pyramid in his business career. Despite never going on grand adventures and always working too many hours, he has a happy and upscale life with his family. However, following his estranged Vietnam veteran father's funeral, Nash is unexpectedly approached by the FBI in the middle of the night. They have an important request: become their inside man to expose an enterprise that is laundering large sums of money through Sybaritic. At the top of this illegal operation is Victoria Steers, an international criminal mastermind that the FBI has been trying to bring down for years. Nash has little choice but to accept the FBI's demands and try to bring Steers and her partners to justice. But when Steers discovers that Nash is working with the FBI, she turns the tables on him in a way he never could have contemplated, and that forces Nash to take the ultimate step, both to survive and to take his revenge. He must become the exact opposite of who he has always been, and even that may not be enough. You know what that reminds me of a tiny, tiny, tiny bit? The show Blacklist.
I was just going to say, I could picture this as a movie or a TV show.
Yeah, like, did you ever watch Blacklist?
I've seen like an episode or two, but I haven't watched it through.
Yeah, that's a good one. That kind of reminds me of the same, like, crime, thriller, investigative, like, drama kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where they're, like, working with the FBI, but it's all, like, sketchy.
As you were reading that, I was watching an episode of NCIS, like, in my head. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. I know he's a very well-liked author. He has a lot of books out there, so this is just one added to the list.
Yep, he has like a whole shelf at Barnes & Noble.
Let's shift gears again. We're going to historical fantasy. This is a book that I actually was sent an ARC for. I haven't opened it yet because I'm opening it for an unboxing. But it is I, Medusa by Ayanna Gray. It comes out on the 18th of November, and it's 336 pages. Medi has spent her whole life as a footnote in someone else's story, out of place next to her beautiful immortal sisters and her parents, both gods, albeit minor ones. She dreams of leaving her family's island for a life of adventure. When she catches the eye of the goddess Athena, who invites her to train as an esteemed priestess in her temple, Medi leaps at the chance to see the world beyond her home. In Athens' colorful market streets and the clandestine chambers of the temple, Medi flourishes in her role as Athena's favored acolyte, getting her first tastes of purpose and power. But when she is noticed by another Olympian, Poseidon, a drunken night between girl and god ends in violence, and the course of Medi's promising future is suddenly and irrevocably altered. Her locks transformed into snakes as punishment for a crime she did not commit. Medusa must embrace a new identity, not as a victim, but as a vigilante, and with it the chance to write her own story as a mortal, martyr, and myth. Exploding with rage, heartbreak, and love, I, Medusa portrays a young woman caught in the cross currents between her heart's deepest desires and the cruel, careless games the Olympian gods play.
You're gonna have to lend me that.
I will. That's right up your alley.
That is so to my taste. I love Greek mythology retellings with like feminist narratives. Love it, love it, love it. The next one we have is one that both me and Will have been sent. This is Simply More by Cynthia Erivo. Comes out on the 18th of November. This is her memoir and it comes in at 208 pages. In this vulnerable and enlightening book of life lessons, globally renowned performer Cynthia Erivo draws from her singular experience to show us how to embrace being too much and to live up to the fullest iteration of ourselves. It is never too late to build the life you're seeking. Cynthia Erivo learned the music to Wicked a decade before she needed it, not knowing those same lyrics would change her life. Now she has performed those songs on the world stage, showing us there is always time to keep discovering ourselves, and to illustrate that it's often the parts of ourselves we are told to bury that make us shine. In a series of powerful personal vignettes, Cynthia reflects on the ways she has grown as an actor and human, and the practices she's learned over years of performing, and reminds us all we are capable of so much more than we think. We all have hopes and dreams that we want to bring across the finish line. We all falter and take missteps. In this book, Cynthia draws from her experiences running marathons, both real and metaphorical, on stage and on screen, to show how each challenge can help us. She urges readers to lean into the wisdom of their bodies, to understand and strive for a physical and mental balance, because when we chase our deepest desires, each small step leads us closer to where we want to go. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that should be a very uplifting story.
Yeah, for sure.
Because she's gotten a lot of love the past 2 years or so
Yes.
from Wicked.
Yes.
So just to see how she got to this point. And
they're so smart for that release date, because that's like right around when
Wicked 2 is coming out. Exactly. They know. They know. Let's shift gears to a romance. Ooh. The first romance of our list. We have And Then There Was You by Sophie Cousins. This comes out on the 18th of November at 352 pages. I haven't heard of this author. I'm not sure if you have either.
I have. I don't remember what she's written, though.
Gotcha. Stuck in a production assistant job and living at home with her parents after a painful breakup, 31-year-old Chloe Fairway isn't where she wants to be in life. The last thing she needs is to face the people who once voted her most likely to succeed at her upcoming 10-year college reunion. And she definitely doesn't want to see her former best friend, Sean Adler, who is now a hotshot film director living the life Chloe dreamed of. Desperate to make a splash and to save face in front of the man who might be the one that got away, she turns to a mysterious dating service. Enter Rob, her handsome, well-read, and charming match, the perfect +1 to take to her reunion. The more she gets to know him, the more perfect he appears to be. Could it be that this dating service knows her better than she knows herself? And can she overlook the one big catch? As Chloe reconnects with old friends, she begins to question everything she thought she wanted. Maybe, just maybe, revisiting the past is exactly what she needs to move forward.
Nice.
So this is a dating app. She is fake dating this guy to bring to the reunion, is what I'm getting at here.
Yes.
But there's a catch. There's a catch. Always a catch. Always a catch.
Sounds good.
Yeah, probably not going to read that.
No, me neither, but it sounds good for somebody.
Yeah, for someone. It's out there for someone.
Yes. All right, the next one we have is The Burning Library by Gilly Macmillan. This is also coming out on the 18th of November, and this is a thriller, more specifically dark academia, and it comes in at 304 pages, quite short. On a frigid, windswept day in Scotland's Western Hebrides, let us know if you know what that is, Eleanor Brutton's body is discovered on the shore. To her family, Eleanor was an ordinary middle-aged woman. She made flower arrangements and plumped kneeler cushions at church. Little did they know she was harboring a dark and all-consuming secret, a scrap of fraying embroidery that seems worthless at first glance. For more than a century, two rival organizations of women have gone to deadly lengths to secure the valuable artifact in the hopes of finding the original medieval manuscript from which it was torn. The Order of St. Catherine, devoted to the belief that women must pull strings in the shadows to exercise control, and the Fellowship of the Larks, determined to amass as many overt positions of power for women as possible, so long as their methods of doing so never come to light. When Dr. Anya Brown garners international attention for her translation of the cryptic Folio 9, she is handpicked by Diana Cornish, a professor and high-ranking member of the Fellowship of the Larks, to join the exclusive Institute of Manuscript Studies in St. Andrews. Meanwhile, at Scotland Yard, Detective Cleo Spicer begins a private investigation into the death of Eleanor Brutton. As all of them grow further entangled in this ancient web, circumstances are spinning wildly out of control and their lives may be in grave danger. That was kind of a really confusing description, I think.
Yeah, I got lost in the weeds, I'm not going to lie.
I got very lost in that. Sounds like it could be fantastic. It just seemed like a bit much.
Yeah, it did not seem very focused in that description.
No. We'll see.
I mean, hey, yeah, I'll keep an eye out on that one.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for new dark academias because, honestly, I feel like that genre is very sparse. Like, there's not a lot in the dark academia field, I feel. So when you get one, you really want to see if it's worth reading or not.
For sure.
All right. We have another arc that I was sent. And I think you were sent this as well, Em.
Yeah.
This is Best Offer Wins by Marissa Cascino. This comes out on the 25th of November. It is a thriller at 288 pages. So again, a little shorty. 18 months and 11 lost bidding wars into the house hunting in Washington, D.C. suburbs. 37-year-old publicist Marga Miyake gets a tip about the perfect house in the perfect neighborhood slated to come up for sale in 1 month. Desperate to escape the cramped apartment she shares with her husband Ian, and in turn get their marriage, plan to have a baby, and whole life back on track, Margot becomes obsessed with buying the house before it's publicly listed, and the masses descend with unbeatable all-cash offers in hand. A little stalking? Harmless. A bit of trespassing? Necessary. As Margot infiltrates the homeowners' lives, her tactics grow increasingly unhinged. But just when she thinks she's won them over, she hits a snag in her plan. Undeterred, she'll prove again and again that there's no boundary she won't cross to seize the dream life she's been chasing.
I like that. I love an unhinged woman.
A little unhinged woman in the housing
market. As she
which is
should.
very, I know, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there when it comes to the housing market.
It sure is.
I see it right here. I see it on my shelf over there.
It's a pretty cover. I like it.
I know, it really is. So yeah, I definitely will be reading that.
Yeah,
I
think I will too. All right, we are on the very last book. Thank you if you've lasted this long. Let's wrap this up with a literary fiction. We have Some Bright Nowhere by Ann Packer coming out on the 25th of November. Another really short one. This is 256 pages. Elliot and his wife Claire have been happily married for nearly 4 decades. They've raised 2 children in their sleepy Connecticut town and have weathered the inevitable ups and downs for a long life spent together. But 8 years after Claire was diagnosed with cancer, the end is near, and it is time to gather loved ones and prepare for the inevitable. Over the years of Claire's illness, Elliot has willingly, lovingly shifted into the role of caregiver, appreciating the intimacy and tenderness that comes with the role even more layered and complex than the one he performed as a devoted husband. But as he focuses on settling into what will be their last days and weeks together, Claire makes an unexpected request that leaves him reeling. In a moment, his carefully constructed world is shattered. What if your partner's dying wish broke your heart? How well do we know the deepest desires of those we love dearly? As Elliot is confronted with this profound turning point in his marriage and his life, he grapples with the man and husband he's been, and with the great unknowns of Claire's last days. Ann Packer makes a triumphant return with this powerful novel that is tender and raw, visceral and unexpected. Emotionally vibrant and complex, Some Bright Nowhere explores the profound gifts and unexpected costs of truly loving someone and the fears and desires we experience as the end of life draws near.
Wow. That's heavy.
I'm not sure I'm in the mental space to be reading that anytime soon.
I was actually offered that as an ARC as well, but it was like a collection. It was with a collection of other books. So like I got to rank which ones I wanted.
Yeah.
And this I put up there, so I wonder if they're going to send it to me or not. But after hearing the description again, I think I would love this book.
I think I would too. I just don't know that I can handle it.
Yeah. I mean, I've been texting you so much lately of like, I really need a book to make me cry.
Yeah.
This seems like
this
the
one might be the one. Are you
this
somebody who like
one.
needs like an external force to like trigger the crying? Like, do you need to get a good cry out just in life and you can't?
Oh yeah, I think I need something to drive it. Yeah. Yeah. Like something that like I can project onto. You know.
That's understandable.
But I feel like I'm due. I am. I think I'm really due.
This one might be the one for you then.
I know. I hope they send it to me. That would be so sweet.
I hope so too. Keep us updated.
Because right now, the books I'm reading are, I don't even know if they, like, I think I need to pick up a book that's going to make me cry. And I haven't been. I've been picking up books that, like, are more within the time that I'm in, not how I want to feel. So, yeah, I think I need to shift my priorities for reading.
I think you do too. I think you need a sad book.
But I also think the colder weather coming up is just prime time to read very sad books. You know?
Agreed.
So hopefully for November, one of these books that we just discussed today will be added to your TBR to read this month. And if you stuck around this far, please put in the comments below a little turkey.
I was going to say a turkey.
A little turkey because it's November and Thanksgiving's at the end of the month, what's your thoughts on Thanksgiving? Are you a Thanksgiving girly?
I don't like holidays except for Halloween.
Okay.
which I feel like is kind of a weird thing, but I don't like the pressure of holidays. I like the build
That's
up
fair.
instead, and I think holidays, they just make me really stressed, and I get like unnaturally sad on holidays. I'm not really sure what that means. We can get into that with my therapist, but I do love the food that comes with
That's
a holiday.
that's what I was gonna
I
say
will
as well.
say my family is not known for their good cooking. Sorry, Mom. I don't think she's gonna
Oh,
listen to this. My family is not known for good cooking. Like, I doubt that my family who I'm thinking of is gonna be seeing this. Their cooking is not good. So ever since I started dating Zach and going to his families, they are fantastic cooks. So I do like
oh,
holidays better
love
because
that.
I'm like, okay, at least I get some like good food with
Yeah.
my holiday. And I've been working on my cooking. So I am a little bit more excited for Thanksgiving than I normally am, but I'm not the biggest fan. What about you?
I am in agreement with you that it's way too stressful. I do love the food though. Just the combination of turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing. Stuffing is it's mine. I
It's
claim
mine.
it. Yeah,
I
I
just started
claim it.
liking stuffing last year.
Oh, like stuffing, it seems so simple on the surface, but you can do so much with it. You can make it sweet, you can make it savory.
Yep.
It was one year I went to Chris's and there was two types of stuffing there. It was a sweet and a savory. One of them had chorizo in there.
I'd like to go to Chris's
Oh my.
families to eat one day.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I
It's good
hear
stuff.
fantastic things. There's a
Do
mysterious
you?
spinach and artichoke dip that nobody can get their hands on, and I will be fighting for the recipe until I die.
Yeah, yeah. I just learned the recipe 3 years into
And
the
he won't
relationship, so
share it, and that's okay. I respect it, but I will be fighting tooth and nail to get
hey,
to it.
we can make it again. No problem.
Yeah,
No
just keep
problem.
making it. I like Black Friday. I don't know why we're getting into this at the end of the episode.
We just cut off really quickly because we were talking about Black Friday, and then M's storage on her phone was saying that she's no longer has storage.
So
So
maybe
we
for
have to
Black
wrap up.
Friday, I will be purchasing a new phone.
A new phone with more storage.
Perhaps,
Yes, yes.
perhaps. But thank you guys if you lasted this long. Like we said, leave a turkey in the comments and make sure that
Turkey.
you rate and subscribe and like our podcast because it helps us get noticed by other viewers like yourself. And yeah,
Yes.
be sure to be on the lookout for our book club. It is, like we said, picked by the time this episode is out, so you can start reading right now along with us on Fable.
Yeah, and if you're not following us already on our other platforms, please be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, and look on our personal accounts as well because we're putting out some great content
Yes, we
over
are.
there. If you have any suggestions or feedback for the podcast, our DMs are open, comment section is open. Just let us know. Before you go and rate us anything lower than 5 stars, we can always improve.
Let us know.
Just let us know. Just let us know. Okay.
All right.
And thank you guys so much for listening and for spending your Friday or whatever day it is that you're listening with us. Hopefully, we didn't have too many mouth sounds this episode. And you guys had a very pleasant listening experience. But that's all from me. Is that all from you, Em?
That's all from me. Thank you guys so much. And we will see you next week for another episode of Let's Talk Literature. Bye.